Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Joao Felix as Barca bosses are currently in some disagreements over the signing of the Atletico Madrid young star before the end of the summer. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Ace Abday as La Liga club Real Betis have earned interest in the 21-year-old Barca young star as the player not for sale. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As the summer transfer window nears its end, Barcelona are still on the lookout for more additions to the squad, aiming to bolster the roster as much as possible. With the club receiving unfortunate news about Pedri's injury earlier this week, they will definitely be in a race against time to get any new signings in. As Joao Cancelo's arrival looks imminent, the Catalans may now need to turn the focus onto signing a player in midfield or the attack. Joao Felix and Barcelona have been swaying back and forth with one another for many weeks now, with the Portuguese player looking very keen to leave Atletico Madrid and join FC Barcelona. Report from Ferran Martinez highlights that the operation for Felix is not particularly straightforward. While President Juan Laporta is a huge fan of the player, Xavi and the Barcelona's new sporting director, Deco, are not entirely convinced. Joao Felix has been under heavy scrutiny after being phased out of Atletico Madrid's plans, following which he endured a rather tough loan stint at Chelsea before returning and finding himself on the fans' bad side. His comments about desperately wanting to play for Barcelona may not have helped his case, with Ousmane Dembele's departure and the faltering form of Ansu Fati and Robert Lewandowski. It is clear why Barcelona are often going after the attacker, but their financial constraints make it even more difficult to make an immediate move. There is no guarantee about Atletico's willingness to negotiate, and after Joao Cancelo's arrival, it is tough, to visualize the Blaugrana acquiring Joao Felix. They will definitely need to make more sales, especially considering they might also have to scour the market for a midfielder. Of course, it looks more and more difficult as the day passes by regarding a potential acquisition of Joao Felix, because there have been a lot of reports saying that, if Barca are done with the Joao Cancelo deal, then probably going for Joao Felix will be the next move. But there are some other reports to say no. Xavi wants another attacking midfielder, and I ask myself, what for? Okay, now Pedri got injured earlier this week, and they are trying to say Xavi wants to bring in another midfielder. In fact, it is more urgent. And we have players like Fermin Lopez. We have players, for me, if Barca really want to economize, we know that we need money. And I don't think we have the money to keep spending. Because if we are going for another midfielder before this window closes, we must spend. And the best thing that Barca should do is trust in the young players like Fermin Lopez, who have shown his class in pre-season. Rather than spending something that you're not even sure of, let's just better give the young players a chance in a period where there is crisis financially in the club. But let's see how it goes, because honestly, majority of fans want the club to go for Joao Felix at least before the window closes. We need an attacker, we need a goal scorer, because scoring goals for taking a critical look has not been made easy for us. Lewandowski is not in his best form. Ansu Fati has not been in his best form and have been linked. Ferran Torres have been sharp more than how he was last season, but of course, we are talking about players where if they come, we can guarantee that there should be more goals than expected. So Joao Felix's case still looks somehow complicated, Atletico Madrid are not, in fact, they have already made it clear that he won't be part of their plans. So it's going to be very complicated because normally, if they want to sell Joao Felix for a permanent price, it's going to be very heavy, and Barca can't afford to pay such an amount. Therefore, the only possibility was going for the player on a loan deal. And of course, a loan deal will still cost something significant, but at least better than nothing. So I think barely 1 week left for the summer transfer window to end in Spain. I very much doubt how Barca want to get all of these deals in line before the window closes. But all hands on deck, as we all know how the transfer window has always been, with a lot of surprises, twists before the end, before the deadline day itself. We have a lot of things that we might see between now and then. So let's just keep fingers crossed. I wish that we can bring in a new attacker because now going for an attacking midfielder for me is just a waste of time. Where are we even going to start? Bernardo Silva extended his contract with City the other day. Giovanni Lo Celso of Tottenham Hotspur as well. Um, Tottenham doesn't want to sell him for a loan, but a permanent, which will cost about 15 million. So let's just keep that aside, and I think bringing in a new attacker in the form of Joao Felix will be better off. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barca do not have many left wing options heading into the new season. Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal all prefer starting on the right side of the forward line, leaving Ace Abde as the only pure left winger. It is unclear whether Xavi Hernandez will count on a fourth midfielder or a pure winger to play on the left flank. you know. But the importance of a natural winger like Abde in the current setup cannot be understated. The management, including Xavi Hernandez, have transmitted to the Moroccan star that he will have regular playing time this season and that they are all satisfied with his level. According to reports from MD, Real Betis are aware of the latest development and have thus withdrawn from the race to sign Abde El Zazuli. They will now redirect their efforts towards alternate options. The La Masia star's quality has never been in question. Abde's shown right from the first preseason game for Barca this season, but was still held at the exit door considering Barca's poor financial situation. He thus did not shy away from talking to interested parties, convinced by the project of Benato at the Benato Villamarin. Abde reportedly even reached an agreement with Real Betis, despite interest from Crystal Palace and Bayer Leverkusen. So, guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.